Dear students, welcome to the science class. In the last class, we were discussing about the electricity topic. In that topic, we discussed about the series and parallel connection. Resistors are connected in series as well as resistors are connected in parallel. So, in today's class, we are going to study about the heating effect of electricity. So, what is the heating effect of electricity? Now, if you check a bulb which is connected to the electricity supply, the bulb is glowing. So if you touch that bulb below 8, the bulb is heated one. The lot amount of heat is produced in the bulb. In the same way, if you take the electric iron, when you connect electric iron to the electricity, it is going to produce lot amount of heat. So that heat production is nothing but it is happening because of the electricity. It is happening because of the electricity. So that is nothing but what? It is the heating effect of electricity. Heating effect of electricity. In general, if you want to say that what is the heating effect of electricity, when a current or when electricity pass through a conductor, it is going to dissipate heat. It is going to dissipate heat or it is going to release heat. So that is nothing but what? It is the heating effect of electricity. It is heating effect of electricity. If you take any wires, if you take the cables which are connected to the pumps or motors, in the borewells, if you check that wire, when you hold that wire, it is going to get heated. Why it is heating? It is heating because of the continuous supply of electricity through that wire. Because of that, it is known as heating effect of electricity. In the same manner, if you check your phones, if you continuously use the phones for playing the game, the backside of that phone will be heated one and the front screen will be also heated one. Why it is happening? It is happening because of the electricity. Since electricity is producing the heat. Electricity is producing the heat. It is known as heating effect of electricity. It is known as heating effect of electricity. So, here we are going to study about a law that is nothing but Joule law of heating. Before that, I am going to discuss further about the heat. So, what is heat here? Heat is the form of energy. We know that. Heat is the form of energy. So, we can say that heat is equal to energy. Right, heat is equal to energy, right? Heat is the form of energy, we can say that heat is also energy. But in the 9th class we studied about the law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. So that energy neither be created nor be destroyed. Energy neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted from one form to the another form. So we knew that here heat energy is producing. So from where does this heat energy is producing? From where does that heat energy is coming? If you closely check that thing, the electrical energy which is passing through that conductor or that equipment is converting into the heat energy. It is converting into the heat energy. Now if you take an example here, this is the conductor. If the continuous supply of electricity is happening here, this continuous supply through this conductor, it is dissipating heat. It is dissipating what? It is dissipating heat or it is releasing the heat. Right. So, amount of electricity is going to measure the electricity. Measure the what? Heat. So, electricity is also a form of energy. Heat is also a form of energy. Electrical energy is converting into the heat energy when electrical energy passes through a conductor. Right. So when does the heat production is happens? When does the one form of energy is converting into the another form? One form of energy is converting into the another form. When a work is done in this conductor. Work is done in conductor. So loss of energy, when does loss of energy is going to happen? Now the amount of heat energy here is equal to the amount of electrical energy which is lost here. Which is lost here. So the electrical energy is converting into the heat energy. In the same manner, when does the electrical energy is getting lost? Or we are getting the loss of electrical energy here when we do the work. When that current or when that electrons do the work. So we can say that the amount of heat energy produced is equal to the amount of electrical energy which is lost there, which is equal to the amount of work done. Which is equal to the amount of work done. So H equal to E equal to W. So in general we can write as H equal to W, right? So the amount of work done on that conductor is equal to the amount of heat energy which is produced. the amount of heat energy which is produced. Therefore, H equal to what? W. So now, go to the previous classes. That is nothing but charge, current, voltage, right? So we have some formulas there. That is nothing but we have a formula Q equal to N into E, right? I equal to Q by T, and V equal to W by Q. So already we have the work here. So how can you take the work here? W equal to V into Q, right? We can write W equal to V into Q. So when you substitute W value in here in this equation, that will become H equal to W into Q. H equal to what? It will be W into Q. Again, if you check here, we have the formula for Q. That is nothing but, if we rewrite this formula, it will become Q equal to I into T. Q equal to I into T. If you substitute the value of Q in this equation, it will become what? H equal to W into I into T. Sorry. It will be V into Q. It will be V into Q and it will become VIT. Since W is equal to 1, it is V into Q. So H is equal to 1 here, V into I into T. So therefore H equal to, we have another formula that is nothing but by Ohm's law, V equal to 1, it is I into R. V equal to I into R. So therefore H equal to 1, H is equal to I square R into T. H equal to what? H equal to I square R into T. So this is nothing but what? It is the heating effect of electric current, and this is the formula for the calculation of heat produced while current is passing through the conductor. So either you can take H equal to V into I into T formula, or we can take H equal to I square R T. So heat is the form of energy. The SI unit of the heat is also Joule. SI unit of the heat is Joule. SI unit of the heat is Joule. And this, whatever the formula which is coming here, it is known as Joule's law of heating. This is known as Joule's law of heating. Now, what is the Joule's law of heating? Joule's law of heating states that the amount of heat produced in a conductor, if you take these two values are constant, is directly proportional to the square of the current, and it is directly proportional to the resistance of the conductor, and it is directly proportional to the time taken. So this is the Joule's law of heating. So Joule's law of heating states that the amount of current, the amount of heat produced is directly proportional to the amount of heat produced in a conductor. Is 1. If you take the resistance and time taken as constant, then H is directly proportional to what? It is directly proportional to the square of the current. So it is directly proportional to the square of the current. Directly proportional to the square of the current. Square of electric current. Second thing, if we take I and T as constant, it is directly proportional to the resistance of the conductor. Directly proportional to the resistance of the conductor. In the third case, directly proportional to the time taken. So this is nothing but Joule's law of heating, that is equal to H equal to I square R into T. So the amount of heat produced here is directly proportional to the I square. It is directly proportional to the resistance of the conductor, and it is directly proportional to the time taken. So if we want to write it in mathematical form, we can say that H is directly proportional to the I square, H is directly proportional to the R, and H is directly proportional to the time taken. H is directly proportional to the time taken. So this is about the heat and Joule's law of heating. So always remember this formula, that nothing but H equal to I square R into T, or H equal to V I T, where V is the voltage, I is the current, T is the time taken. Here I is the current, R is the resistance of the conductor, and T is the time taken. So if you take here, if the amount of current increases here, the amount of current increases here, the heat produced in that conductor will be also increased. In the same manner, if the amount of resistance is also increased here, the amount of heat produced is also going to increase. In the same manner, the time taken is increased, the heating effect is also going to increase. The amount of heat released is also going to increase. Alright, this is about Joule's law of heating. Now discuss about the heating effect of electric current. So next we are going to discuss some practical applications of the heating effect. So where we are going to use that heating effect? Now first case, we are going to use the heating effect in all those cases, like we are going to use that heating effect of electric current in the bulb, heating effect of the electric current in the oven, electric oven, or in the electric coil, or in the fuse. We are going to use the heating effect of electric current for the purpose that we should utilize that thing. Right? For example, if we want to take the electric oven to make it food, we have to heat it. So for that reason, we are using the electric oven, and that in that thing we are going to keep that food so that we prepare a food. There we are using the heating effect of electric current. So what happens there? Due to the electric current, there will be production of the what? There will be production of the heat. So one by one we are going to see some examples or practical applications of the heating effect of electric current. So first practical application is which is used in the bulb. So not the bulb, in the filamentous bulb. In the filamentous bulb. Now if we check the filamentous bulb, which looks like this. Right, and the filamentous bulb is made of a tungsten filament which is present inside the bulb, and it is covered with a glass, and it is filled with the argon or neon gas. It is filled with the nitrogen or argon gas inside it, so that it doesn't come directly in contact with the air molecules or oxygen. If it directly comes in the contact with the oxygen, there is a chances of this tungsten wire is going to get damaged, or this tungsten filament is going to get damaged. For that reason, we are filling the argon gas in this bulb. So how does the heating effect of electric current is going to happen here? Heating effect of electric current is going to happen here. We already know that we are supplying 220 volt of the supply, potential difference supply. So that when that thing is happens, the high amount of current is going to flow here. The high amount of current is going to flow through this tungsten filament. Since the resistivity of the tungsten filament is high, the tungsten filament resistivity of the tungsten filament is high. That rho is nothing but what? R, which is little amount of higher. And current flowing through this circuit is also high. Through this bulb is also high. Right? We already know that H is directly proportional to the I and R. H is directly proportional to the I and R. Since tungsten has some property that it has the more resistivity, because of that resistivity, when current flows through this tungsten filament, there is a production of heat. There is the production of heat. When the production of heat is happened, or this tungsten filament heated, then it is going to emit the light. Then it is going to emit the light. When it emits the light, we are going to see, or when we are going to see the glowing of the bulb. We are going to see the glowing of the bulb due to the what? Due to the heating effect of electric current. Because of that property, when tungsten is heated, tungsten filament is heated, that tungsten filament is going to radiate or it is going to produce the light. Because of that tungsten, because of that property of the tungsten, we are using the tungsten filament in this bulb. So it is producing the light by what means? By the heating effect of electric current. By the heating effect of electric current. So when current passes through it, this filament is going to get heated. When it gets heated, it is going to emit or radiate the light. Because of that radiation of the light, we are going to see the glowing of the bulb. So it is because of what? Heating effect of electric current. And for your understanding purpose, the inside temperature of this bulb is nearly equal to 3380 degrees Celsius. Sometimes it has the chances of heating up to 3380 degrees Celsius. Now see here, another property of that bulb, this tungsten. First property is what? It is going to emit light when it gets heated. So the amount of heat is produced like this. If they take the temperature, it is very high, and the amount of heat which is going to produce is very high. Now if we check some of the metals or some of the elements, when heated, they are going to get melted. They are going to get melted. So the melting point of the tungsten wire is higher. The melting point of the tungsten wire is higher, or tungsten filament is higher. If it is heated for lot amount of time, if it is for high amount of heat energy, this tungsten wire is not going to get melted. For that reason, here in the electric bulb we are using the tungsten wire. One is it has the property of radiating energy when heated. Second property, it has high melting point, so it is not going to melt easily. Because of that property, we are using the tungsten filament in the filamentous bulb. So it is going to work on the heating effect of electric current. So next, second thing, if we take the electric iron or electric oven, we take the electric iron. The electric iron, if you see the below surface, it is non-conducting material. It is heat conducting material, but it is not going to conduct the electricity. It will be made like this. Here is a holder. So this electric iron is also going to work on the principle of heating effect of electric current. So what will happen here? Here is a alloy or nichrome wire is present, which is connected to the electrical supply. If we check the resistance of the nichrome wire or resistivity of the nichrome wire, it is higher. So what will happen when the electrical current passes through this wire? Since resistivity is more, that is nothing but resistance is very high of this nichrome wire, what will happen? The electric current is going to convert it into the heat energy. Since H is directly proportional to the R, with more amount of the resistance is present here, the more amount of heat is going to produce here when the electric current passes through this nichrome thing. So more amount of heat is produced. That heat can be used for the purpose of ironing the dress. So in laundry they are going to use this iron. So because of this nichrome wire which is present here, it is going to produce high amount of heat. That heat can be used for the ironing of the dress. In the same way, if you take the electric oven, it is going to work on the same procedure. If you take the example of electric coil also, in the electric coil they are going to use the nichrome and they are going to use a non-conducting material on that wire, so that it doesn't going to give the shocks to us. So inside that, when the current passes through that nichrome is going to emit high amount of energy. That is nothing but heat energy. Because of that heat energy, we can utilize that heat energy for the purpose of one ironing. Second one, for heating the water by using the coil. So this is the second practical application. Now next, if you see the third, in the electrical fuse. So we can call it as circuit breakers also. Electrical fuse. So what is the purpose of using the electrical fuse? If you generally know, the main purpose of the electrical fuse is to break the circuit. to break the circuit. So if you check here, let this be the circuit here. Here a bulb is present, right? So there is a wire present here. There is a battery present here. Our main supply is present here. So we are going to put this switch here. In series connection, we are going to put the fuse. So what will happen? We know that this requires minimum amount of current. Sometimes current will be, depending on this equipment, the amount of current requirement we can say it. So it doesn't work on the high current. If the high current comes there is a chances of this equipment is going to get damaged. If this equipment is going to get damaged, for that reason we are using the fuse. So what will happen? If high amount of current is coming, this fuse is going to get damaged. Or the fuse wire which is present inside it is going to melt and it is going to break the circuit. If it is melt and it is going to break the circuit, what will happen? The current, high amount of current which is coming in the circuit is not going to pass through this equipment or this electrical appliance. So what will happen? This electrical appliance is not going to get the high current. If it is not going to get the high current, there is no chance that it is going to get damaged. For that reason we are using the fuse. So how does that fuse going to work? How does that fuse going to work? It is going to work on the principle of the heating effect of electric current. Heating effect of electric current. So whatever the fuse wire we are using here. So if you check the fuse like this, it will be present like this. Here there is a connection. To that connection we are connecting the fuse wire. Right? And this is connected in series connection. This is connected in the series connection to the main supply. Now, here whatever the fuse wire which we are using here, it is made up of the alloy. This fuse wire is nothing but what? It is an alloy. It is an alloy. So if you take the alloy, always remember, if you know the table of the resistivity, there all the alloys, metallic alloys, are having the high resistivity. They are having the high resistivity. That is nothing but this fuse wire has the high resistance. It has the high resistance. High resistance and have the low melting point. Second thing, it has the low melting point. High resistance and low melting point. So what happens? If it is connected to the main supply as a circuit breaker, if the current is flowing through this string, and this fuse wire has the capability to have a current limit. If the current limit expands or if it increases from that limit, there is chances of that it is going to melt. For that reason, we are giving a limit to this fuse wire. So, if the current is flowing through this circuit, this fuse wire is continuously going to have the passage of the current through it. Next, if the high amount of current comes, it should pass through this fuse wire also. So what happens when the high amount of current is going to pass through this fuse wire? There will be high amount of heat energy is going to produce. High amount of heat energy is going to produce due to the heating effect of electricity or a heating effect of electric current, and it is having a high resistance. Because of that thing, it is going to produce high amount of high amount of heat. When it produces high amount of heat, what will happen? Since it is having a low melting point, this wire is going to melt out. And it is going to break down. So when it melt out, is it this wire is connected to the again further wires which are connected to the electrical appliances? No, it is not connected. So if the circuit breaks here, is it possible that the current is going to pass from this wire to this wire? No, it is not possible. So protect those things, protect those electrical appliances. We are using the fuse like this. Due to the heating effect of electric current, if high amount of current comes here, this fuse wire is going to produce more amount of heat energy. When it produces more amount of heat energy, this fuse wire, due to its low melting point, it is going to melt and it is going to break down, or it is going to melt out. When it melts out, it is going to break the circuit and the current supply is stopped to the electrical appliances. So So in this manner it is going to work. So we are using the electrical fuse for the purpose of protecting the electrical equipment from high current. So it has high resistance and low melting point. So this is about the heating effect of